Good morning, guys. We are looking at double trig today. This is going to be a short unit because it's what we've already learned using our three trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent. Remember, your calculator should be in degree mode. To change that, you'll press the mode button, scroll down, highlight degree, and then you can exit out. It should stay in degree mode if you don't touch it. So anytime you're using trig, our angles are listed as degrees, so we want to change it from radian. Radian's another angle measurement, kind of like inches to centimeters, radians to degrees, but we only look at degrees, we don't look at the radians. So double trig is using our sine, cosine, tangent, so of course we want to have our SOHCAHTOA written at the top of our paper so we don't forget the three trig functions. And then it says find the length of the side label x, round intermediate values to the nearest tenth. Use the rounded values to calculate the next value, round your final answer to the nearest tenth. So basically every value to the nearest tenth. Intermediate means values in the middle of the problem. So how you're going to do any double trig, and it could be listed in the form of a word problem. We'll see some of those once we start our review. But for double trig, you always want to find the line down the middle because both triangles share that. This is called right triangle trig, so all of the triangles have a 90-degree angle. But if we were to ignore this triangle on the left and look at this triangle on the right, this isn't possible. Well, except we can add up these two angles and subtract from 180 to find this top angle, but that's not going to help us find this side. We only have one value here, so we can't do much with this triangle. We'll start with this triangle and solve. I'll label it y, solve for the line down the middle, because we do have two different measurements here, so we can find the third. That's what we've been doing so far this whole unit. Then once we have this side, then we can use this value and this value to find this one. So two-step problem. So first we're going to start down here at angle 52, and then this side is considered the opposite side, and this side is considered the adjacent side. So you look up top, which of the three, sine, cosine, or tangent, uses opposite and adjacent? It's going to be tangent. So we'll set it up as tangent of 52 equals opposite over adjacent. Remember, opposite always goes on top for tangent, and opposite in this case is y. Then we're going to solve, so to do this, we multiply by 47 on both sides. So in the calculator, you're going to type it in as 47 times tangent of 52 degrees. Again, we're rounding to the nearest tenth, so this value down the middle is 60.2. Typically, I wouldn't have rounded to the nearest tenth, because if you're in the middle of a problem, keeping it to multiple decimal places will keep your final answer more accurate. But because the problem, or these problems, that's what they're asking, and you want to be able to check the answers at the end, you want them to be completely correct, we're going to follow the directions here. Okay, last step now. It didn't ask us for the line down the middle, but we have it. Now we're going to be at 44, and from 44 degrees, this side is considered, actually it's opposite still, sometimes it changes. 60.2 is opposite to this angle, and this, the x, is considered the hypotenuse. So now we look up top, sine, cosine, or tangent. Which one uses opposite and hypotenuse? It's sine. So we're going to set it up as sine 44 equals 60.2 over x, which is the hypotenuse. Now the shortcut for division is to flip these two, so we'll write it as x equals 60.2 over sine 44 divided by, so we'll type it in as 60.2 divided by sine 44, division. So your final answer for number 1 is 86.7. And that's how you complete double trig. You might need an extra sheet of paper for this because I do need to see your work, and I'll probably have you send a picture of this when you're done to submit it today. Thank you, guys.